I've spent my entire life painting and observing the light and color on the world around me. I've been painting for 52 years, and I have a few things to say to you about color, but the subject of color is too large for this talk. But if we are intrigued, and if we focus our attention together, then we will create an energy that is larger than anything we can individually generate. This heightened state will allow us all to be able to understand something that is profound and immensely important about the nature of human life. As the day goes by, the subject changes 1,000,000 times as the sun rises and sets, as the planet rotates and revolves, and the color on the subject changes continuously. But what is color? I have spent all of this time trying to figure that out. Color reveals itself to us as a trinity. 3 simultaneously appearing qualities that are distinctly different, each from the other, that are equal to each other. They're not sequential, like 1 and 2 and then 3. They are nothing and then they are 3. And they are immaterial and therefore have no form. These colors, from time immemorial, the rainbow has always been considered as a miracle, as a direct communication from the divine. The stained glass windows of the Middle Ages show us that they had a deep knowledge and understanding of how color affects us. Red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors that are revealed out of that which is invisible. And they each have an individual character that is different from each other. They reveal a quality of dimensionality that defines the world in which we live. Blue appears to us as moving away from us, as containing and encircling and containing everything that we see. It is palest in its center, and it moves outward and gets more and more intense. So it gives that quality of movement away. Yellow is almost the exact opposite, in that it is focused and concentrated in its center, and then it radiates outward, and it gets paler and paler so that it glows. And red is uniformly intense all over, so that it glows like yellow, and it concentrates like blue, giving it a dynamic, static quality. So where blue moves away, and yellow moves sideways, red moves forward. And these 3 colors define the 3 dimensions of space within which we live. We see objects, but in fact, nothing solid, no matter how infinitesimally small it is, can go through our eye. Only light. And the light transforms into color, and we get the appearance of form. These 3 colors, when they are mixed, create mud. They create the color of the earth. And within that mud, we can observe how the three pure primary colors take on material qualities as they do here in this crystal, this blue. And so light then becomes, through mixing, becomes what we call matter. And in that matter, we see how the individual original pure primary colors takes on, or has the matter take on, properties of that color. And in those colors, every one of them always reveals the exact same quality of glow, of concentration, and of forward movement. When we take these colored rocks and you pulverize them, you grind them into a powder, it's called pigment. You take pigment and you make paint. And the magic of all of this is that the light that has become solid through the rock is used then to create the illusion of three-dimensionality on a two-dimensional plane. Red, yellow, and blue. As if the rainbow had somehow miraculously become solid and became the jewels of the earth, of the world, so the same process produces the flowers that are multiplied all over the earth, and the plants and the trees. And this is light that is transformed in order to perpetuate life. And in every flower, you will see the law that I've tried to point out being demonstrated. Let us, for a moment, reflect upon what the Quran says. And He created for you here on earth things of varied color. There is really here something upon which people should reflect. This reflection, I hope, will enable you to appreciate more the process where the light, which is immaterial, because immaterial, we can't see solid. Nothing solid in the whole world, no matter how infinitesimally small it is, can go through our eye. Only light. And then light becomes color, and then color takes on the appearance of form or of solidity. I spent my whole life trying to get close to seeing the primary colors in everything that I do, and to see the mystical qualities that are revealed through observation of the world around me. The immaterial takes on an appearance of form, and then the form is filled with the eternal. Red, yellow, and blue is how the entire world is actually made. We think we see objects, but as I said, no object can go through our eye. We all think that I am solid, and I think that you're solid. But our actual experience is that we can't touch each other. We can only see. So therefore, we see because of light. And only light goes through our eyes, so then we have to be made up of light in order for us to be seen. The Trinity of color is a miracle. It starts with that which is invisible. It becomes that which is visible. And then the visible seems to be tactile, but it's not, because it can't go through your eye. So everywhere I go, I see the presence of the primary colors. And in everything that I paint, I try to observe how they work. And I try to get a sense of them. I work from life for the reason that I want to experience those qualities. I want the subject to show me what it is, as opposed to me creating something. I want to find the beauty, the spiritual quality within the subject. If we go backwards in history, when we get to a point where there are no pictures, there are no men. And when pictures are there, that's when man appears. If we deny the reality of the invisible, then the breath of life would leave us instantly. Red, yellow, and blue. Freshness of life, prayer, everything is communicated through color in our world. Red, yellow, and blue. These qualities are everywhere all the time around us, but we don't see them because we think that we see things. And so we say, oh, that's a thing. And we forget the miraculous phenomena that actually is the process of seeing. Red, yellow, and blue. Art is there to nourish and uplift the human spirit. And so, I hope, and I search all the time to see those qualities, because life, or the consciousness within us, is light. We are connected to that source of endless energy through color. The color is a language by which the source of life communicates to us, and it is the language that we use to communicate with the source from which we come. I hope to encourage you to enlarge your understanding and appreciation of the wonderful mystery within which we live. And to take time to reflect upon the varied, myriad colors that surround us, and to see it as a gift of grace.